afternoon. Thank you very much for joining us again this for the besties. No, so this is our sixth installment. Oh, our last for February. So consistent with our theme for the month, no, the love month. I'd like to share with you some of the things that we do to somehow deal with heartbreaks in the stock market. No, so as stock traders or stock market investors, we're not immune to we have our own shares of heartbreaks, no, kahit hindi sa personal na buhay, kahit sa stock market, meron din tayong mga bad experiences, and mostly this bad experiences come from these three things, no. So this first and foremost, of course, it's really not a very nice idea, a good feeling, no, when we lose money, no. Okay, and of course, sometimes we're not losing money, but still it breaks our heart when we see when we see some stocks rising in prices, no, but we fail to get on a trade, no. So whether we saw it first or we saw it, for example, we have been looking at it, pero nung tumakbo, wala kang hawak, no, or hindi mo talaga at binabantayan, tapos tumakbo, nabalitaan mo na lang na lumipad na yung presyo, wala ka doon, no. So it really is one of the things that sayang naman di ako nakasakay, no. And of course, last but not the least, minsan meron kang hawak, no, nakabili ka, however, nung lumipad yung presyo, medyo na-excite ka, tapos iniwan ka, no. So you sold too early, no. So at first burst of the stock price, you thought you need to sell already, so you sell, and then tumakbo yung presyo pa, no. So these are the things that I think are the heartbreaks for us stock market traders, no. So my webinar for this afternoon would would be on how to deal, no, how do we deal with this sources of heartbreaks, no, in the stock market, no. So first and foremost, I believe we can somehow manage, no, or deal with these things first and foremost by choosing well, no. So if you can have a process, if you know how to identify good opportunities, no, kahit na may mga lumilipad na presyo, hindi ka nakasakay, okay lang yun, basta kung wala naman sa proseso mo, no, or sa tingin mo pangit pangit talaga yung stock, kahit na iniwan ka sa presyo, walang problema, no. So you have to choose well, no. So second, you only should risk what you can, okay, no. So there are a lot of traders who have tendency to over risk, no. Kung parang nag-all in sila, no. They think that the idea, whether the idea come from them or come from some other people, are that good, no, especially pag galing sa mga hypers, no. Tapos sasabihin, oh, to the moon ito, mga ganyan, no. So they tend to over risk, no, or they tend to allocate more capital than they should, no. So for you to be able to manage, no, to manage your heartbreaks, just in case the tipster is wrong, or just in case your analysis is wrong, you need to know the amount or the capital that you can lose, no, or you risk, for that matter, no. So you, for every trade, you determine how much you can risk, and risk only what you can, no. And last but not the least, very very important, you have to know when to sell, no. And most importantly, no, for us traders, we have to get out when we can, no. We have to get out when we can. We have to sell at pre-specified prices or levels or events, not um, not we do not sell, no, or preferably we do not sell when we are forced to, no. So dapat pag nagbebenta tayo, in those cases or in those specific price level na alam natin, dapat tayo doon lumabas, no. So get out when you can, okay. So by choosing well, we mean you must have a stock picking process, and we all know, no, that the stock picking process would depend on your choice of method, no. So you can either be a company investor, no? Thus, you might want to sharpen up on your fundamental analysis and valuation. So, in fundamental analysis, what you're looking at are mainly factors that can affect the company, no? And of course, get some nuance, no, or some sense of the stock price vis-a-vis what you can get from the business. Basically, that's what we call valuation, no? Or if you are more of a trader, no, then definitely what you're looking at are signals that come from technical analysis. To just to enumerate some, no, when we talk about fundamental analysis and valuation, we base our stock picks on the company specific factors, no. Of course, we do refer to the macroeconomic factors, for example, no. So, is the economy doing good? Is the government, for example, on track on their programs, no, and then so on and so forth, no. So, and so far the economy is very well, and the government is somehow in the past, no, in the recent past, we have seen a lot of developments that are really proving that this government is keeping their promises, no, and moving us forward, no. So that's good, no. But of course, when you're investing in the stock market, you really do focus on the companies that you are to buy, no. And these are the things that we look out for when we do fundamental analysis. Of course, first and foremost, we prefer those companies that have profits. Preferably, they are increasing, no, throughout the years. In the past, no. But moving forward, since we are an investor today, or we are buying the stock today, then it would be very beneficial for us to choose companies that have clear growth prospects, no. So ano ibig sabihin nun? Kung halimbawa nakakita ka ng isang company, sabihin natin gumalaw yung presyo, halimbawa sabihin natin 4% higher, uy, tingnan ko nga yan. Tapos nung tinignan mo, wala naman siyang profits, or may profit siya before pero declining, tapos wala namang kwento or wala namang new projects, etc. Since you have a stock picking process and you have for example, adopted a fundamental analysis based stock picking process, then okay lang yun, no. That should not break your heart, no, because it doesn't comply or doesn't suit your personality as an investor, no. Okay, ano pa ba tinitingnan natin? Gusto natin companies who have lot of assets, no. But we don't just pick any company because of the asset size, no. We also consider if these assets are productive. Sana marami silang pera, no, especially if they have obligations to pay. If they have obligations to pay or debts, no, preferably these debts are not overblown, no, or taking too much of their capital, no. Bakit? Kasi pag marami kang utang, yes, it can lever you up, no. It can enable you to do more things, no, compared to kapag wala kang pera galing sa utang. But then again, if your business doesn't produce the profits as expected, you might find it difficult to pay down your debts, no. And again, these debts come with commitments, covenants, we call it, no, interest, etc., no. So debts are somehow restrictive for the company, and if you cannot fulfill the terms of the debt covenant, no, then your company might be in trouble, no. So ganon. Very important, management should be capable, no. Pero again, if the management of the company is, yes, very magaling, capable, etc., but they are not honest, or they are known, for example, they are known to have done some not so nice things to people or in the industry, then definitely we shun away, no, from those companies, no. So they should be honest and capable. And last but not the least, no, we want a gorgeous company, no. But if the market is charging us so much to get that piece of that company, then baka hindi pa magandang investment yan, no. So we also look at valuation, no. So valuation again is comparing the stock price to what you can get, no. You're paying the stock price, what can you get in return, no. So you compare the stock price vis-a-vis the fundamentals of the company. And again, we think that it would be consistent to the investing sense if you buy companies that are cheap as far as valuation is concerned. Okay. If you are more of a trader, then definitely the tools of technical analysis can help you. No? First and foremost, ang tinitingnan naman natin sa technical analysis is really the sentiment, no? Which is most probably shown by the trend. No? So if you can see that the trend is clear, then that's half the battle won already. No, so especially if you can see, for example, for us, a long only market, no, meaning we only profit as of now. No, we only make money in the stock market when the trend is going higher, when prices are going higher. So when we see that the stock is trending higher, then we know that we have an opportunity for that, no, among others. Okay, uh, but definitely the price increase or the price movement should be supported by volume. So again, ang prinsipyo ko, if the market does move in a particular direction, like either up or down, but it's not supported by volume, no, meaning there are not a lot of shares that were traded during that particular time on those particular prices, then the price movement might be suspect. No, so for example, if the price went higher, no, if the price went higher but it's not accompanied by a good volume, uh, baka nagkataon lang, no, na baka nagkataon lang na wala masyadong seller at medyo mataas yung presyo ng next best seller. So kaya nung binili siya, tumaas yung presyo, no? But it doesn't necessarily mean na tumaas yung presyo because of a broad-based positive sentiment. So ibig sabihin parang hindi masyadong opportunity yun, no? So you might want to pass on it, no? On the flip side, if you see, for example, a negative price movement, tumagsak yung presyo, but then again, the decline in the stock price was not supported or accompanied by a big volume, baka konti na lang din yung sellers, no? So parang baka last hurrah na ng mga sellers. So that could be a possible buying opportunity, no? But then again, we even with that waning volume on the downside, we still wait for the possible reversal. No? Okay. Very important. If we can, we should identify support and resistance level. Yes, the trend, the clarity of the trend is important. But if we are talking about transactions, no, meaning when should you buy or where should you buy, at what price should you buy or sell, then definitely it would be very very helpful if you can find a stock that you can clearly identify where the support and resistance is, no? So support and resistance are so support is basically where you can see, no, where you can see that the price is not falling already, no, meaning at that price the sellers don't feel that they should sell lower than it, or at that price buyers take that the stock for any reason, no, for any reason should be snapped up and bought up, no. So kaya hindi bumaba yung presyo below it, no, and vice versa, no. Sa resistance naman, when the stock price is if you see that the stock price is not, or finding it difficult to go higher than a particular price level, then we can say that is resistance already. You know, so yes, there could still be buyers, but the buyers are either well serviced, no, may bumibili pero ang dami nagbebenta, so kahit na bili nila sa mas mataas sa presyo, kung may nagbebenta sa presyo na yon, hindi tataas yung presyo, no, parang gano'n, no. So there is some forces, or more on the selling forces, that resist the price from growing higher. Okay, it's a bullish signal if we see that the stock price is above the averages, no. Again, the averages are the usual price in the market. We all know the usual price in the market, no. It's available in our charting tool. We call it the moving averages. You can either use the simple or exponential moving averages based on your type of a trader, no. You can use a long period or very short period of moving averages. Again, it depends. It depends on the type of trader that you are, no. But if you can see that the price is above the reference moving averages, the averages being the usual price in the market, then you know that the market is willing to pay a premium for the stock, no? Alam natin yung usual price, mas mataas doon ang presyo ngayon. So alam natin that the market is willing to pay higher, no? So ibig sabihin bullish sila kasi they wouldn't do that if they are not bullish in the market, no? So and vice versa. Pag nakita mo na mas mababa sa average yung presyo, for example, the classic screening criteria, for example, a lot of traders um, screen their stocks, no, based on the 200-day moving average. So if they see that the price has crossed below the 200-day moving average, tanggal na sa watch list nila yan, no? Pero if the price comes from below moving average and crossed above the 200-day moving average, then watch list na nila yan. So they somehow look for a good entry point, no? Kasi they consider the 200-day moving average as a good indicator, no? A fairly long a fairly medium term moving average, no? If the market is already willing to pay more than that average, then the market must be feeling good about the stock. So parang ganon, no? If your time frame is shorter, no, maybe you can use the reference 50-day moving average. Some even use 10-day moving average as their buy signal, no. If the price crosses above the 10-day moving average, they buy. If the stock price crosses below that 10-day moving average, they sell, no. But then again, as the moving average becomes shorter, it would be more prone to what we call whipsaws, no. But may mga trade-offs, no, as you expand or as you lengthen or you shorten your moving average. So again, you have to decide for yourself whether you are a trader, no, na nagfi-fit yung longer or shorter moving average. Last but not the least, no, if you can identify or use some metrics of momentum, then definitely the trade could be more on your side if momentum is still strong and improving, no. Thus, it is also um, it also means to say, no, na kapag kahit na tumataas yung presyo, but you can see that the momentum still strong, no, but it's not improving, meaning mas maliit na yung momentum ngayon kaysa sa previous high. Even if the market is making a higher high, but the momentum is declining, then we know that the recent bullish price action might be coming to an end. No? So we call that a bearish divergence. You see a price going higher, but the momentum is already going lower. No, so might be a possible signal for you to let go of the stock. No? So these are the things that can be inferred, no, from a technical analysis based stock picking process. Okay. Next, no, after you have done your stock picking, no, so again, so from fundamental analysis, determine what you can get from the company, be it for example, a very clear example actually is the dividends, no, pwede, or tapos tignan mo yung valuation, o kung technical trader ka, tignan mo yung trend, tignan mo kung malayo pa siya sa resistance or malapit pa siya sa support, and so on and so forth, no. Tapos pag bibili ka na, hindi mo ibibili lahat ng pera mo, no, especially if you cannot move the markets naman, no. So since the market is bigger than many of us naman, so you only risk what you can, no. So in this case, what we are pertaining to is what we call position sizing, no. You determine, no, the right size, no, gaano kalaki lang ang position mo dapat, no, sa isang stock, no. So how do we determine that? Let me give you an example, no. So for example, in this case, now we have a chart of Mega World Corporation, no. So as we have seen, no, daanan lang natin. So siguro Mega World, sa FirstMetroSec, this is one of our of the research department stock picks, no. They think that can really benefit from a growing economy. They think it can somehow be insulated from the rising rates, no, because of sabihin natin marami kasi silang rental properties, no. So compared to other property companies na medyo dependent on the sales, no, sila marami mga malls sila, may mga offices sila, etc. No? So if the demand for office spaces are seen to continue to be, sabi natin, sustainable in the future, then okay pa si MegaWorld, no? So that's the fundamentals of it, no? They think it's worth 6 pesos, no? So sa ngayon 5.31 siya, so medyo mura pa. Ganun, no? Okay. Technicals wise, it's very important that we cross above that 5 pesos resistance level in the recent past, no. So as we have seen around June, around September, no, the market tried to breach above that 5 peso level but failed, no. It even went lower to around 4 pesos, no. Pero yung last run niya, no, from 4 pesos, it broke above the 5 pesos, and now at around trading at around 5 pesos and 31 centavos, no. So for example, you're looking to trade Mega World Corporation, no? So we see a good uptrend, no. We see the price sitting comfortably above the moving average, which in this case is 50-day moving average. And we see that the market is making a higher high, no, higher high and higher low, so uptrend siya, no. But now medyo moving sideways. We call it on consolidation, no. Medyo cap siya at 540, no. So if you're looking to buy Mega World, for example, no, and the current price is 531, no. So for example, ngayon mo na siya gusto bili at 531, no. Maganda fundamentals, hindi siya mahal, medyo mura pa nga siya sa ngayon, no. Tapos nag-break pa siya above 5 pesos, so may bullish signal ka pa, no. Tapos above moving average siya, for example, no? So 531, okay. So kung 531 ako bibili, no, it's important so that we can determine kung gaano kalaking pera lang ang dapat natin ipasok sa Mega World, no, or ibili ng Mega World. It's important that you know what your risk is, no. So ano ba yung risk mo? Risk ko dito pag natalo ako, no. Paano ka matatalo? Kapag nabenta mo sa mas mababang presyo, no. So ano yung mas mababang presyo na yon, no. So ang tawag natin doon cut loss. Babalikan ko yun mamaya, no. So I'll go to that later. So for example, in this case, no, if the current price is 531 and I'm looking to buy Mega World at this price, no, 531, and if I'm buying this stock because of its breakout from 5 pesos, no, dati resistance yung 5 pesos, now it has broken above that 5 pesos. If my conviction in buying Mega World comes from the fact that the price has cleared the 5 pesos previous resistance, then it's logical, no, it's logical that when the price goes below it again, I should sell, no. If that was my reason for buying it, and my reason for buying became untrue, no, or invalidated by the market, then the right thing to do is to sell, no. So meaning ang cut loss ko should be around 5 pesos, no. So pag bumalik siya below 5 pesos, so in this case, if for example I elected to arbitrarily elected to sell my possession around maybe 596, for example, or two fluctuations, no, or four fluctuations from 5 pesos. So if I buy at 531, no, if I buy at 5.31 per share, and I'm wrong, and the market goes back to 5 pesos and below 5 pesos again, if it goes to 4.96 per share, I should sell. Okay, so if I'm buying at 531 and if I'm wrong and the market goes south and even goes below 5 pesos, if it goes to 496, I'll sell. So meaning my risk per share, no, my risk per share is 35 centavos, no. So that is 531 minus 4.96 stop loss level. Okay. If I have a 100,000 peso portfolio, so just an example, no? If I have a 100,000 peso portfolio, and for every trade I'm only willing to risk 1% of it, no. So again, this is we are managing our risk, no. Okay lang mali ako, pero kung 1% lang naman ng lahat ng pera ko ang nire-risk ko every trade, then theoretically I should have a string of 100 trades before I get wiped out, no? Parang gano'n, no? So, sana naman hindi mangyari yun, no? So, if you're only willing to risk 1% of your 100,000 portfolio, then the maximum loss, okay? The maximum loss that you should take, no, for every trade that you get into is only 1,000 pesos. Okay. So, if for if for example, if your risk per trade in this particular case is 35 centavos per share, and the total amount that you can risk on this trade is only 1,000 per trade, then the maximum number of shares that you are only allowed to buy. This is based on your risk parameters, ha. Ikaw nag-set ng 496, ikaw nag-set na 531 ka bibili, so 35 centavos per share ang i-risk mo, no? May 100,000 portfolio ka, i-specify mo kung ilang percent, no, ng willing ka i-risk. So in this case, it's 1%, so 1,000 yon per trade, no? So if your maximum risk per trade is 1,000 and your risk per share is 35, then you're only allowed to buy at most 2,857 shares of Mega World, no? So that's 1,000 divided by 35 centavos. However, if you check the board lot, no, the board lot of Mega World Corporation, it will tell you that the board lot is 100, no, per 100 shares, no. So effectively, your maximum allocation should be 2,800 only, no, kasi pag 29 lagpas ka na. Okay, so in peso, if you're buying it at 531, no, 5 pesos and 31 centavos, all the 2,800 shares, then your maximum allocation in peso should be 14,868. Hanggang doon ka lang. Hanggang doon ka lang. Regardless what the market tells you, regardless what anybody else tells you, no? As long as you have already exhausted that 14,868 pesos in Mega World Corporation, hanggang doon ka lang. Okay. Okay. Sa ganun. Okay. Yan. Okay. Yan. Okay. Then, last but not the least, you get out when you can. No? So, we need to sell whenever we see that the stock price is going to a predetermined price levels, no? So kailan ba tayo nagbebenta? So first and foremost, of course, we sell when we are right. Okay, so when we are right, we think, for example, in our market, no, the long only market, when we are right, uh, tumaas yung presyo and it hit our target price, pag magbenta ka sa target price mo, dapat maluwag sa loob mo yun. Okay, dapat maluwag sa loob mo. So, if you think, for example, when we were buying, ano ba, when we were buying, for example, ICTI, no, ICTSI, no, where we were buying ICTSI, siguro mga around 70 pesos, no, 70, 75 pesos. Our target round number resistance around 100, no. It reached 100, we sold. Okay, that's our target price, no? Lumipad siya, mas tumaas pa yung presyo, 119 I think, for this trading session kanina. Okay lang sa amin, no? Heartbreaking, pero okay lang yun, ganun talaga, no? It has reached our target price and we sold at our target price. So we sell when we are right. Okay, no? So ganun. Second, we sell when, yes, we are right with the direction, tumaas yung presyo, but the market is correcting so much, okay? Tumaas yung presyo initially, no? But the market has corrected so much, bumaba naman yung presyo na parang if the market is still bullish, the price movement downward should not be this much. Okay. So it's possible that we might be wrong on the target price, no? Tumaas na yung pressure from our cost, medyo bumaba na siya ulit ngayon. Huwag mo nang hayaan na maubos lahat ng kita mo, no? So you sell it and we call it a protective stop, no? So for example, if you're buying, for example, ano ba? We bought Metro Pacific before at around 4 pesos and 30 centavos, makyat siya ng 510, no? Tapos bumagsak siya ng 497, we sold. No, we sold. Even if we think that it should be, we should only be selling at around 7 pesos. No, why? Because the market has already given us a lower high, no, a lower high, a possible reversal. No, so we might be better off, no, we thought that we might be better off collecting our gains already, no? Hindi masyado malaki, pero at least we were able to protect, no, our profits, no? And last but not the least, of course, if the protective stop is to protect your profits, no, the cut loss is to protect your capital, no. So in case you're wrong, no, or the market, you think it will go higher, no, but it instead went south, no, then you have to sell. Okay, how do we set our target price? It can be based on established resistance level, no. So for example, for Mega World, you can see, if you zoom out on the price chart, you can see that 6 pesos is really resistance or thereabouts, no, around 5 pesos and 80 centavos, no. So you can look to sell at that price, no, or a target price of a pattern, no. So for example, um, recently we have seen a possible bottoming for EI, no. If you can check your charts, it has formed a symmetrical triangle, no. It can be bullish or it can be bearish, but with the breakout this morning, we know that it can be a bullish reversal, no. So if you use the target price of the pattern, no, it can point you to around 960. So the first sell order for that stock is around 960. No? So it can that can be a base for your target price or a Fibonacci number, no. So for example, in EI's case, the 38.2% retracement is, I think, around around 980 or thereabouts, no. So it can be used as a reference, no, to determine your target price, and of course valuation, no. So for example, um, in the case of Ayala Land, so if you think it's worth 49 pesos based on the on the business, on the discount rate, for example, basically the things that you consider for valuation, then you must have the discipline to sell it at that price, no. So paano pag tumakbo, no? For example, Ali, bili ka ngayon, Ali, benta mo sa 49 pesos because you think that's a fair value. Tapos lumipad siya, naging 50, 55, example, no? Paano 'yon? Well, it's it you can hold, no? You can hold, pwede rin naman, no? You can chase the price, pwede rin naman. But then again, if you don't, the thing is, if you don't have a clear basis, no, if you don't know where the stock could go, or you don't know where the stock would do after the 49 pesos target price, then when you might not know what to do when you need it most. Okay, no. So I think have the discipline. No? It's better to have the discipline to sell at the predetermined target price. So be it based on valuation or a target price of a pattern. Mga ganun. Okay. Next is a protective stop, no, preferably a trailing stop. A trailing stop can be based on many people does this, no. They base their trailing stop based on the moving average, no? So more of a short-term moving average. If they see the price hugging the 10-day moving average, then that's the moving average that they use, no. If the price breaks below, no, the 10-day moving average, they sell. Okay, no. So hindi ka na magbabantay, no. Or if you want a more strict definition of the trailing stop, then it can be a fixed percentage from the highest close, no. So the highest close kasi minsan the volatility can take the high to an extreme level, no, that might not be indicative of the trading activity for the market. So I think it would be better if you determine your trailing stop based on the close, no? So, or the highest close at that, no? Last but not the least is to cut loss, no? So how do we set our cut loss, no? So it can either be based on cost, no? Yung iba, they sell when the market goes to their cost, no. So ang talo lang nila yung transaction fee, no. So round trip 1.2%, no. So okay lang sa kanila yun, mas madali, no. Easy reference, I bought it at 5 pesos, the market goes higher, bumalik uli, pagdating ng 5 pesos, cut. no? Wala nang computation, no? So that's for convenience, no? Or unestablished support, no? So if you think that the market is if you think that you can clearly see, no, a support level for a particular stock, then if the market goes there and breaks below that support, then that could be a very good level, no, to cut your losses. I'll show that to you later on. Okay, or fixed percent below cost, no. So if you want to take cutting losses further, no, kahit instead of just selling at your cost, you might want to give it more breathing room, no. So for example, you sell at 3% below cost or 5% below cost, no. It depends on the amount of capital that you have, and of course depends on the risk appetite, no, that you as a trader possess, no. And last but not the least, ito medyo non-negotiable, no. That's why I call it a hard stop, no. If the loss, no, if the loss amount of your position for a particular stock is already is already exceeding the fixed percentage of your total portfolio, no, then um, regardless if it is still above, no, or sabihin natin, for example, no, you set that your cut loss would be 3% below cost, no. So nung nag 5% siya, bumili ka ulit sa mas mababa, no. So yung percentage PNL mo, percentage profit and loss mo for that particular position, pwedeng mas bumaba than 3% of your cost, di ba? No, kasi nag-average down ka, you bought at a lower price. Eh. However, in doing so, you are actually risking more capital. No, so you're risking more capital. In doing so, you can actually breach the fixed percentage as a total. For example, if you're only allowing yourself to risk for every trade 1% or 2% of total portfolio, even if the loss, the profit and loss for each position is still within your limits, but as a percentage of portfolio, it has already gone above, no, your limit, then you have to sell everything. Okay, no? Kasi bakit, no? Yun nga, kasi minsan yung iba nandadaya, no? Nag-average down sila para yung loss nila doon sa stock na yun, lumiliit, no? Pero habang nagpo-pour sila ng capital doon, habang bumibili sila, tapos bumababa pa yung presyo, yung masyado na nilang dinadamage yung portfolio nila, no. They feel happy, no, or some even feel comfortable, no, because when we look at their portfolio, nakikita nila, oh hindi, 2% loss lang ako sa stock na to, no. But yung amount ng loss, if you compare to your total capital, ay malaki na pala, no. So in that case, hard stop na yon, sell everything. Why? Because if the losses continue, no, if the losses continue, it will definitely mess up with your mind, no. So you cannot think clearly, ay malaki na yung hawak ko nito, pag binenta ko malaki ng lugi ko, parang gano'n, no. So and it's not healthy, no. Many people actually fall prey, no, dun sa ganun thinking, and I hope you can avoid that, no. So ganun. Okay, so as a recap, no, again, we manage or we deal with heartbreaks in the stock market if we have and we do this thing, no. So first and foremost, don't buy any stock, no. You have to choose well. Okay, if you are a fundamental investor, you have to have that financial metrics, you have to have that valuation metrics. If the company doesn't satisfy, no, if the stock doesn't satisfy those metrics, and kahit na umakyat yung presyo, hayaan mo lang siya, no? And it should not cause heartbreak for you, no? Yung hindi ka nakasakay, no? Okay lang 'yon, no? If you're technical analysis, nakita mo for example na may volume pa pababa, nag-recover, wala namang volume, hayaan mo lang siya, no? Okay lang yan kahit di ka nakasakay, no? Among others, no? Risk only what you can, no? It's a must that you know your risk reward parameters, no? It's a must that you know when to get out before you even get in, no. So as you can see from from the example earlier, no, we determined the maximum number of shares that you can buy from Mega World only after we determined the risk per share. And we determine the risk per share only after we determine the cut loss level. No, so it's important that before you enter a trade, you know when to get out. No, so you risk only what you can. And last but not the least, you have to get out when you can. No, so last example natin, tingnan natin, apply natin for this particular stock. No, so in this case, we are showing the stock chart of Metro Pacific Investment Corporation, or MPI. Okay, no, so fundamentally, MPI is, well, owns half of Meralco, a third of Maynilad, a lot of hospitals, good hospitals, and of course, a growing portfolio of tollways, no, tollways, bridges, etc. No, so taas masyado silang heavy in infra. No, so that's a good thing going on for them. No, so if you look at Pro, no, if you look at FirstMetroSec Pro, you click on research and you type in MPI, the ticker, you can see that the consensus target is 7 pesos and 24 centavos. No, that's the average. No, so the price today is 489, 4 pesos 89 centavos. Had a good run kanina, 2.3% up. But still, compared to the average consensus target valuation, 724, medyo malaki pa yung upside natin. No? Parang ganun. Trend-wise, no, we can see that since April 2018, the market has gone sideways. No, however, the sideways price movement is somehow volatile. No, that goes from 430 to 550. We call it the box, no, or a trading range. No, 4 pesos and 30 centavos support. So around May, around August, and around maybe November, no, 2019, you have seen that every time it reached 4 pesos and 30 centavos, it bounced higher. No, so we know that support is around 4 pesos and 30 centavos, and we can clearly see, no, that around maybe May or June 2018, and maybe around September 2018, when it reached 5 pesos and 50 centavos per share, the price were somehow um, resisted to go higher, no, so resistance siya 550, no? So 430 to 450, 430 to 550, so 1 peso and 20 centavos range, no, malaki yan, no, malaki yan for a price na at those price ranges, no. And now we can see that the stock was trading at 4 pesos and 89 centavos, no, so it's somehow along, no, the middle of that range. No, so yes, trendless siya, no, in the medium term, but since malaki yung trading range niya, baka you can trade the range, no, the 430 and 550 range. So if you espouse that idea, then perhaps it would be good, no, to buy near 430. So again, your buying price in this case is based on the established support level, no. So if you're buying near if you're buying near 430, because 430 is a strong support that you consider for this particular stock, no. Again, you have to know when do you sell, no, when do you sell, no. So if you're right, no, if you're right, then you can sell at 550, no. So again, for your basis for that, 5 pesos at 50 centavos is the established resistance level in this case, no, which is the resistance of the range, no. After 550, you can look at 6 pesos. No, it's also a possible resistance level because of the principle what we call a role reversal. No, in the past, no, in the previous to 2018, the 6 peso price level was really our support, no, for the market, and has broken below it. No, so in technical analysis, if the price goes there again, no, that is a possible resistance. And it's of course 7 pesos. No, mainly because history might repeat itself. No, again, previous to 2018, we have seen that 7 pesos has been a resistance for MPI. No, so those are your price levels: 550, 6 pesos, and 7 pesos, or the consensus target or fair value at 7 pesos and 24 centavos. No, so if you are a bottom picker and you want to trade the range, or maybe you want to trade a possible reversal, you decide to buy near 430. Ngayon, tanong, saan ka lalabas, no? Ang sagot, kung tama ka, 550, 6 and 7, or 724. Pag mali ka, you can consider to sell below the 430 price level, no? Again, the 430 is the support, no? If it fails to hold, then you must sell and you go out of the trade, no? So if you cut actually at 4 pesos, that would be equivalent to maybe around 4, ano ba, for mga 5%, na 5% loss, no? Or thereabouts, no? Okay. So next question, how much of Metro Pacific should you buy, no? Or how much of how many shares of Metro Pacific are you allowed to buy? Okay. So again, using that buying price of 430 and a cut at 4 pesos, no? Then the risk per share is 30 centavos. No? So 30 centavos. Using the same example that we used earlier, no, if you have 100,000 peso portfolio and you are only willing to risk 1% of that, so maximum number of shares is 1,000. No, you divide it by the risk per share, then you're only allowed to at the maximum, no, you're only allowed to buy 3,333 shares. However, the board lot for MPI is 1,000 shares, no, or meaning minimum of 1,000 and multiples of 1,000. Okay, so maximum allocation 3,000 shares lang because odd lot na yung 333. Okay, no, so 3,000 shares times 4.3, then the maximum allocation sa 100,000 mo, sa 100,000 peso mo na capital, hanggang 12,900 ka lang. Okay, na hanggang 12,900 pesos ka lang. Okay, no? So and you monitor, no, the stock price as needed, no. So for example, ngayon, since you decided to buy near the support, that's your 430, no. 489 siya ngayon. Antayin mo bumaba na 430, no? Hindi siya bumaba na 430, umakyat siya. If your decision was to buy at support and it did not go back to support, and that's your only that's your only decision parameter, then it should not be heartbreaking for you, no. But of course, no, meron ba tayong pwedeng gawin na pwede, no? For example, it went higher, broke above 550, then that's what we call a breakout, no. So if it breaks above 550, for example, and if we consider the 430 550 range as a box, so if it breaks above 550, 550 minus 430, 120, we project at from the 550 level, so 550 plus 120 is 670, then that could be our resistance level, no. And for that, we use the target price for the pattern, which in this case is a box, no. So with a 1 peso and 20 centavos range, no. So there's a question here, no, how to use a 200-day moving average. When you go to your trading view, no, in your FirstMetroSec website, no, you can right click on anywhere on the chart, no, on the price chart, right click on the price chart, then choose insert indicator, no. When you choose insert indicator, it would open a dialog box, no. It would open a dialog box with a lot of indicators. You type in moving average, no. You type in moving average, and then you click on the settings and you specify the 200 period. Okay, so if you're in a daily price chart, then that 200 period moving average is a 200 day, no. And it follows that if you're in a weekly chart, that 200 period moving average would be 200 week moving average. So there, okay, no. So before we go, I'd like to invite you guys, no, especially for those who are living in these countries, no, will be in Singapore and Malaysia in March. For Singapore, we'll be there March 17. No, we'll do our guided investor and fearless trader learning series. This is our advanced course for technical analysis. No, in Malaysia, we'll be there March 31, and in Japan, we'll be there April 14. No? So for more info, kindly go to the website as specified. No, bit.ly/FMSec Asia, no, or you can email our OFW desk at firstmetrosec.com.ph. Okay, so there's a question here. Maybe you can answer several. No, if in case that the price went down than expected, is it possible to have it as a long position instead until the price went up higher again, rather than doing cut loss thing, wherein we sell at lower price? Okay. If you, for example, bought surplus at 16, so if you have, for example, bought surplus at 16, then the price went lower, maybe 15, then you thought about doing this thing, no, possible to have it as long position, then you might be one of those who have experience riding the stock up to 1 peso, no. So the answer is no, no. I again, before you enter a trade, you should know your way out. No? So before you enter the trade, you have to have an idea about where you should sell. If the market goes against you, and you can only take so much loss, no? So ano ba, 5% of your cost, or sabihin natin 1% of your portfolio, depending on your type of a trader, no? You should sell at those price level, no, non-negotiable. Especially if the stock is somehow news driven or events driven, or somehow wala naman masyadong fundamentals, no. Actually, kahit may dividends, no, I don't recommend you holding the stock below your cut loss price, no, mainly because sometimes the capital loss, no, the loss that you will experience from the declining prices would be far more, no, than the dividends that you'd be receiving from the company. So might as well take risk off the table. Okay. What are some of the ano yan? Ayan, ganyan lang. What are some of the best practices when doing buyback on a winning stock, no? Assuming the stock is still heading north, no? Um, we do it, no? M- para siyang baligtad ng trailing stop, no? So for example, if you're looking at the 10-day moving average, no, as our trailing stop for the stock, if we see the stock consolidating, maybe moving sideways, and then bouncing off the 10-day moving average instead of going lower, then that can be our signal to either buy back if you have sold, no, or to buy more, no, if you want to ride the trend move higher, no. So parang gano'n, no. So but then again, you still stick with your discipline, no, or with your parameters. So again, if you use that 10-day moving average as your dynamic stop, we call it, no, dynamic stop. If it consolidates, goes near the 10-day moving average and breaks lower, you sell. Okay. But if it consolidates, moves closer to the 10-day moving average, the 10-day moving average held well, and the price bounce off the moving average good, then you can buy more. Okay. Why is SCCTP too far from the current price? The Semirara, as of now, no, is not has not released, I think, no, I believe, has not released their earnings yet for 2018. I'm not sure about the fundamentals of the company, updated fundamentals of the company is, no. But again, if we look at the price action, then we can see that the market is not too keen on snapping up SCC shares, no. So that has made the target price of SEC too far from the current price, no. If we adopt the idea, no, that the price action might be signaling some problem, no, ahead of the official pronouncement from the company, then we can somehow infer, no, that the price movement of SEC is being caused by some not so good news about the company, no. But then again, if the company come up with a good earnings report, no, after the briefing, they can somehow convince the investors or traders or market players that they are still good and still growing moving forward, then we should see some good price action during that time, no. But again, without that event, no, hold muna tayo sa sa SCC. I mean, SCC is still bearish, no. So we wait for it to be not bearish, and preferably sana mag-reverse na. For now, wala pa. JGS stock has been in a good recovery. No, it actually broke several resistance levels already. Dito actually helpful yung trailing stops. No, so if you want an easier way to trail your stop. No, meaning let your profits run. No, but still guard you against a very significant drop, no, para ma-protect mo naman yung capital mo. Then maybe in this case you can use the 10-day moving average as your trailing stop. Okay. Shell PH, malapit na kasi yung malapit na kasi yung ex-date nila, no? In reference to last year, no? I think they declared their 5 peso, more than 5 peso dividend last year around March. So the market could be expecting similar date, no, not necessarily similar amount this year, no. But if Shell PH could fulfill their dividend policy, no, and give give three-fourths of their 2018 income as dividends, then I think the market is supported with this range. No, so if you look at the chart of Shell PH, the chart is actually moving in a box consolidation. No, so you can actually trade the box. No, it's big enough to be traded. But then again, if the price is already near the resistance of the box, then baka better to wait for it to go near the support of the box, no? Or wait for the breakout, or play the dividends. No? So it's your choice. Okay, thank you. Okay, so thank you very much for joining us this afternoon. No, so again, for if you have friends, relatives in Singapore, Malaysia, and Japan will be there. No, just ask them to go to bit.ly/fmsec Asia or email ofwdesk@firstmetrosec.com.ph, and we'll be spending a day, no, of technical analysis for the Guided Investor and Fearless Trader Learning Series. Thank you very much for joining us this afternoon, and I hope you learned something useful today. Thank you.